ladies and gentlemen, there were 55 women who looked those men in the eye and said, sign it. Give me liberty or give me death. Sign the document. That's the spirit of 1776, the patriotic spirit of 1776, and I will tell you, this is why I'm so encouraged. You look at these tea parties all over the country, by and large, they are being put together by women who are saying, live free or die. It's the patriotic spirit of 1776. There's a resurgence, ladies and gentlemen. And some of them did not make it. Richard Stockton, Supreme Court Justice, New Jersey, after signing the document on August 2nd, he took his horse and rode as fast as he could, 45 miles, back to his home in Princeton, New Jersey. And by the time he got there, his family had been betrayed by British sympathizers. The house was ransacked, his livestock slaughtered, his horses stolen, his wife and kids gone. The Brits ambushed him on the spot, threw him in a prison. He nearly starved to death. When he was released many, many months later, he was in such a weakened condition that he died. His wife and his kids lived as paupers. They lived off of charity. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Our lives, our fortunes, our sacred honor. Are we willing to go the distance here, ladies and gentlemen? This country is worth it. It was worth it for them. It's worth us for us today. Now the second date, 1969. I was just a little kid watching all this. Some of you were there. It was the hippie movement. It was nuts. We've never seen anything like this in this country ever, ever, ever. People on the streets demonstrating against America, against capitalism, against the free market, against our military, marching for environmental issues for the very first time in 1969. Now, so rattled was President Nixon by all of this. Nixon was a guy who liked to be liked. He acquiesced. He said, okay, I'll throw these hippies a bone. Maybe they'll get off my back. Maybe I can appease them. With the stroke of a pen, no legislation from Congress, with the stroke of a pen, he created a rogue agency that is not constitutionally mandated. It's everything Karl Marx would have dreamed of. It's called the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. And he put in charge of this agency a radical environmentalist for the time, William Ruckelshaus. Now, Nixon may have thought it was a small thing at the time, but the EPA has been the tool for socialists ever since. Karl Marx said, as he watched this experiment in America taking place in the mid-1800s, he said, communism can be summed up in a single sentence: the abolition of private property. The abolition of the pursuit of happiness. That's Karl Marx. And that's the socialist spirit of 1969. And what's happened at the EPA since then? 18,000 full-time employees, a $10 billion a year budget, and they have been the #1 tool used by the socialists and communists in this country to usurp private property. 33% of America is now federally owned. 90% of Nevada is federally owned. 75% of Alaska federally owned. You probably didn't know this, but 46% of California federally owned. And once the feds take the property because of some crazy endangered species or some other cockamamie thing that they dream up, oftentimes through the EPA, that land is off limits. So why are they taking so much land in the western United States? Because of natural resources. Lumber, oil, gas, coal, minerals at large, water. And why do they want to keep those away from us? Because one of the guys who came to prominence in 1969, who founded Earth Day, who's just a stone's throw away from us right now at Stanford University, Paul Ehrlich, said, to give the people of the United States a cheap and abundant source of energy would be like giving an idiot child a machine gun. This is what these fools believe. And now these fools have moved into the White House, and they moved into the State House. In fact, Paul Ehrlich's good buddy, John Holdren, is Barack Obama's hand-picked science and technology advisor. He has said the goal is to de-develop the United States of America. That's the socialist spirit of '69 that's been festering all these decades. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a brand new day. Patriotic spirit of 1776 is alive and well in the year 2010. And we are going to take back this country. The memories of our founding fathers and mothers are crying out saying, yes, this is your time. Live free or die. Don't tread on me. The Constitution is something that should be beholden as opposed to run around. We will hold true to the pillars of morality and virtue. We will see victory in this great land, and it's because of great patriots like you. So I'm pumped up about what's happening right now. This is just so exciting. We have so many wonderful candidates. I'm looking at some big-time changes that could come right here, for example, in this district where Mr. No Name McNerney is about to get his butt kicked by David Harmer. And you know this man's in trouble because a little snap of the fingers and Nancy Pelosi made sure that her boy in drag, Jerry McNerney, ended up getting a couple $1 million sent his way. That's how difficult it is out here. We're thankful to all you who are working hard in this race. I'm also grateful to all the candidates that are running throughout the Bay Area for these various races. You keep doing what you're doing. And I will tell you, this may not be your year, but on November 3rd, especially if you're running for Congress, I want you to start running again the very next day. November 3rd, you start that campaign up because Reagan didn't win the first time around. And if he would have given up, we'd still be fighting the Cold War today. Who knows? We may have been beaten by the Soviets. You have to stay in the ring. We must be vigilant. We must be diligent. We have to see this country turn around. We're not into hope and change. We're into life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, I'm going to step away from the podium. We've got the KSFO booth over there. I want to be able to meet as many of you as possible. I thank you for your support. I really mean this. We are so grateful to you for supporting us at KSFO. And I'll be over there in the booth. At the booth, I just want to let you know we have a big poster, a big banner, I should say, that we want you to sign, okay? This is a declaration. And we're going to be delivering this signed document to the House Madam. That would be Nancy Pelosi. And I call her the House Madam because under her watch, the House of Representatives have turned into a brothel. That's right, I said it. Turned into a brothel. I want you to sign the banner right over there. Also, an event like this costs money. We're taking up a donation. This is just something we decided to do for ourselves to offset the costs here for the Tea Party. I want you to come over there, just put a few dollars in the till. Let's make sure this gets paid for. Let's make sure the great patriots who put this on don't have to dig into their pockets to make it happen. Let's all participate in that. I also have copies of my book over there. I'd love to sign those for you. I'm going to be here for the duration. And I look forward to interfacing with as many of you as possible. God bless America. God bless the great state of California. God bless you, patriots, for doing whatever you're doing.